This is slow flow. If you have a strap or a towel, it'll come in handy today. If you have a block, great. If not, we'll just roll up that towel and we can use that for our purposes as well, because we're going to put it under the neck for a neck release at the end of class. So if you are just joining us, go ahead and lay down onto your mat. And you want to just lay comfortably, so you might want to bend your knees and plant your feet on the mat. You might want to extend your legs, maybe even put something under your knees. We won't be here too long like a yin class, but it's just a nice way to ground down and to connect with our breath and to just get ready to shift our focus to our practice for the next 45 minutes or so. So laying down on your back, making sure you're comfortable in your shoulders and in your neck. Chin is slightly tucked so that you have a long spine and your forehead and your chin are in line. Take a big inhale and then exhale and sink in a little deeper. Big inhale, exhale, sigh it out. Feel yourself sinking in, getting softer and heavier. And just notice where the breath is right now. Notice the quality, notice the pace, and see if you can slow it down a little bit. So longer inhales, longer exhales. Use a counting method if that helps you, counting to 3 or 4 as you slowly inhale, filling up from the belly, up through the lungs, expanding through the collarbones, and then as you exhale, everything sinks back. Let your breath become rhythmic. Fall into a pace of breath. So family is connected by blood, right? And friends are connected by mutual interests that they may have in common. But the church body is connected by hope. Ephesians 4:4-6 says, "There is one body, one spirit, just as you were called to one hope, when you were called, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all and through all and in all." Jesus, thank you that we don't have to go through life alone. We pray that wherever we feel lonely or forgotten, we would remember the hope that we have in the community of people around us, whether we see them or not, knowing that our hearts are connected by hope in you. So laying on your back, if you have that strap or towel handy, go ahead and bring it towards you, and then remove any blocks you might have under your knees or anything that you might have under your shoulders. We'll take a big long stretch. Press the heels away, take the arms up and over. Big long stretch. Point and flex the toes. Arms come around and then back up again for another long stretch. Maybe grab your right wrist, take a stretch over to the left, and then switch. On your next inhale, draw your knees in toward your chest and then just rock side to side, noticing how the back feels today. You might want to take some circles, bringing the knees closer together and then apart. We'll take that left leg up and then draw the right knee in a little bit closer, and then slowly release that left leg. Make some circles here, bringing that right knee toward that right armpit. And then we'll take it across to the left as we look right for a little twist. You can do whatever you like with this arm here. There's no need to try to bring the knee down. Just notice how the back feels and send a few breaths down there. We'll come back through center and then we'll extend our leg. So you can just hold it here, this is fine, or you can take your towel or your strap and bring it around your foot and then hold on to your towel or your strap. I'm just going to place my hands here. It's early in the practice and I'm not working really hard into the hamstrings here. Pointing and flexing the toes, circling through the ankle. Feel free to bend the knee. So bending the knee really takes a lot of pressure off your hamstrings. So if you have chronically tight hamstrings, you don't want to pull them drastically right in the get-go. Your body is not warm yet. You never really want to pull them drastically. You want to let the hamstrings really soften up slowly as they warm up. So see if you can try to pull the leg away from the hands or the strap if you have it. Rather than drawing it closer to your face, you're going to pull away so your arms are nice and stretched long, whether they're around the knee or around your towel or strap. Let's take 2 more breaths here, just feeling the hamstrings out, breathing into them. And we'll bend that right knee and extend that right leg down. The left knee is going to come in, and we'll make some circles here. We'll draw that left knee up toward the left armpit, breathing here. And that left leg's going to go up, pointing and flexing the toes, circling through the ankle. I always have lots of pops and crackles. There's nothing to worry about as long as there's no pain. And then we'll try to pull that leg away from the body. So your arms are extended either here or around the toe or the foot with your blanket or your towel or your strap. And the leg is just kind of pulling away. We're starting to feel what's going on here in these hamstrings. One more full breath. And we'll draw the knees in towards the chest. Pick up the shoulders, bring your nose to your knees. We'll bring the shins parallel with the ceiling and then take our hands behind our head. Just do a little bit of core work here. It's not going to be super intense. We'll lift up, engaging through the transverse abdominal muscles. And then we'll take that right elbow toward the left knee and extend the right leg. And then come back. Inhale, right elbow, left elbow, right knee, extend the left leg, and switch with the breath. Breathing, nice and controlled. We'll do 2 more on each side. And then we'll draw the knees into the chest, little rock side to side. And we'll start to rock forward and back, massaging our spine here. You can continue with this if this feels good until you come up to a seat, or you can just roll to your side and make your way up into a seat. So we'll all end up here. And we'll cross at the ankles, plant our hands down, and then extend the legs back behind us. Lowering all the way down Hands come underneath the shoulders. We'll press through the hands, engage through the belly, tuck the tailbone, lift the kneecaps, and then come up into a short cobra here. With the breath, exhale, come on down. Inhale, lift up, little cobra. Exhale, lower down. We'll do one more. If you are ready for up dog, if your back feels like it's ready to come up higher, feel free to extend the arms. Otherwise, keep the elbows bent. And we'll just look over the left shoulder as we bend the right knee. And then switch with our breath. And release all the way down. Tucking the toes under, press the hands close to the shoulders, lift up, and then back. Coming onto all fours, stacking our joints to start, and then we're going to measure it off, taking the hands slightly in front of the shoulders, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up. Feel free to bend your knees here, a little or a lot, does not matter. You're sending energy down through your heels. Feet are about hip distance, hands are about shoulder distance, putting lots of weight on the L of the index and the thumb. And then the inner thighs roll in toward each other as the heels roll out. Let the head go between the biceps. Pull the low ribs up and back. And just breathe here. Anytime you'd like to come down into child's pose, just drop to the knees, sit back on the heels. Otherwise, one more full breath here in down dog. Let's open the feet wide. You can come up onto your tiptoes if that helps you, and then make your way to the top of the mat. Coming to a flat back as we inhale here, shoulders pull back towards hips, crown of the head reaches forward, chin is parallel with the mat. Exhale, bend your knees and forward fold, maybe grabbing your elbows or placing your hands on your shins. Just shake it out for a few breaths, maybe nod it out, maybe sway it out. Just loosening up the back here, decompressing the spine. Getting weight off of the spine as we hang forward. All of the upper body weight is off here. And then we'll come up to a flat back here. Exhale and fold once again. Let's come all the way up this time. Press through the pad and the heel, soft toes, and then come all the way up using your core. Arms come up, palms come to touch. Maybe you gaze up. Long stretch as you pull through the fingers and push through the feet. Exhale, arms come down along your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees as you need. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart, and then down by your sides. Let's do one more. That's a half sun A. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart, and then down by your sides. Let's take a full sun salutation. I'm going to cue it with the knees down. You can take any variation you like. I like my feet closer together, but you can keep them wider if that feels better. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, step the right leg back, knee drops. Left leg back, knee drops. Pull the chest through the arms, shoulders roll back, bend the elbows, and then come all the way down. Tops of the feet press down, kneecaps lift, tailbone tucks. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, press up and back, down dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. Remember, you can always come down to a child's pose or maybe another pose that feels good in your body. Let the head go, breathe. On an inhale, lift up high on your toes. We're gonna tiptoe, or maybe we'll take a big step, right leg, left leg, meet at the top of the mat as we exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. And then down by your sides. We'll take a Surya Namaskara A, working into the hips. Here we go. Let's sit back. Bring our arms up, bending the knees, softening the shoulders, ribs pull back over hips. You can look up or down, you decide. One more full breath. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, step back. Knees down or on toes, bend the elbows, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, let's take that right leg up, bend the knee, look forward, step the right foot through, pivot and turn that back foot, and we'll come up into a warrior A as the right knee tracks toward the right, and we press through the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale here, exhale, hands to the mat. Either drop your left knee and take the vinyasa, or stay on the toes. Maybe you just press back into down dog and skip the vinyasa all together. Inhale, left leg lifts, knee bends, look forward, step it through, pivot and turn that back foot, and then rise up, warrior A. Pressing through that back foot as the left knee tracks left. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Both hands to the mat as we exhale. Either drop your right knee and then take your left knee with it and find child's pose, or maybe take a vinyasa and then we'll meet in child's pose. I'll wait for you if you're taking that vinyasa. And then everybody make their way to child's pose for a couple of breaths. Just noticing the sensations that you may have brought up just with those little movements that we did. Notice the change of the breath. And then see if you can bring it back to neutral. One more full breath. And then we're all going to make our way back to down dog. Tucking the toes under, remember measuring the hands slightly in front of the shoulders, and then up and back, down dog. When you're ready, on an inhale, you're either going to step or maybe you'll walk up tiptoeing. Both feet come to the top of the mat. Exhale when you get there. Bring your toes to touch, sit back, and then sweep the arms up, finding that fierce pose again. Breathing here. Let's bring the hands to heart. We're going to press through the right foot and then pick up the left foot. It might be an inch off the mat, it might be more. We're taking our right hand to the outside of the left knee, and then we'll take the left arm out in a dancing Shiva or revolved big toe. Let's come back to center. Maybe you still have that left foot lifted. Arms go up. Keep pressing through the right foot as you press that left foot back, and then you'll drop it down until you get into a high lunge. Let's drop the left knee down. And just make sure our feet feel right. We're going to walk that right foot out a little bit so we're not on a tightrope. Sweep the arms up, soft shoulders, engage through the core. Hip points are lifting up. Just lift up that back knee here. And then start to straighten that back leg. Inhale here, exhale, sweep the arms back, chest moves forward. You're on those back toes, they're separated. And you're gonna drop the left knee to a hover and then come back up into that high lunge, sweep the arms up. The left hand's gonna come down inside the right foot and the right arm's gonna reach back. Kneecap is still lifted on that left leg. We'll drop the left knee, hands surround the front foot. If you'd like to use blocks, they'll go on either side of the foot as we find a seated split, straightening this right leg. So this could be enough. You'll stay right here. Maybe you come down. Maybe you press this right foot out just a little bit more and then extend that back leg out into a half split. So if you're working on half split, you always want to work on the back leg first and then work on the front leg. That means you're going to keep this front knee bent as long as you need to as you straighten the back leg out first. And then over time, you'll straighten the front leg. You're never overdoing this pose. You don't want to pull your groin muscles. So take it easy, just feel and breathe. We'll do 2 more breaths in any variation of the pose that feels appropriate for your body today. And then we'll bend this right knee and walk it out to the right. Bring both hands inside the right foot. And we'll find lizard here. So we can stay high or we can come down low onto our forearms or maybe onto blocks. And we just want to try and relax the hip flexor as we continue to draw the right knee in toward the right shoulder. That right foot can be as far out as you want, but keep tracking that right knee toward the right shoulder. Let's do a couple more breaths. Maybe you heard my puppy bark. Big Dad's home. And then we're going to press into our hands, come up a little bit higher, take that right hand onto the right knee, and then kind of open the knee. Even though my foot's going to stay on the mat, I'm not going to roll it out to the outer edge. I'm going to keep pressing into the entire foot, and I'm just going to take the knee out. Maybe look over your right shoulder, maybe not. Let's do 2 more breaths here in this crooked monkey. And we'll pull that right knee in. Take that right knee back. And we'll do a few cat-cows here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. So options are you can hang out in child's pose for a few breaths, or you can hold down dog. Maybe you take a vinyasa. I'm going to go ahead and take a vinyasa, moving forward, lifting my knees up, and then lowering down. Two more breaths, whether you are in child's pose or whether you're holding down dog with me. On an inhale, come high on your toes, either tiptoe or maybe step left foot and then right foot up. And fold, exhale when you get there. Toes will come to touch, heels open up, sit back. We're finding that fierce pose again. So we reach the arms up, softening the shoulders, leaning into the heels, lifting up our toes. 1 more full breath. And exhale, we'll fold. We'll come back here, hands to heart, press through the left foot, and then lift up the right. Oops. One side's always a little harder than the other. The left hand's going to go to the outside of the right knee, and then the right arm will come back. Both arms go up. Maybe you still have that right foot lifted. Slowly take it back with control. until you find a long lunge, and then go ahead and drop that right knee and see if you need to adjust this left foot out to the left a little bit. Hip points lift up, arms come up, and then we're going to lift the right kneecap up. So press through the toes, just lift that right kneecap up. Find your core engaging here. Inhale, exhale, arms sweep back. Right knee's going to drop to a hover, and then lift once more. Right hand drops, and the left arm's going to reach back. So right hand's inside the left foot, right kneecap lifts, right inner thigh lifts, left arm is lifting, and we'll drop the right knee. Sitting back for our seated splits. Remember, you can be here high. You can even be here if you need to. Maybe you're here, you'll feel more in the hamstrings. Maybe you're here and you'll work more on the inner thigh stretch. Remember, if you're coming towards a half split, you want to get that back leg straight first and then work the front leg. You can always put something underneath at different heights to kind of brace you. You have something to press into. I've been working on half splits forever, and I have yet to come down all the way. So no worries. All of our bones are shaped differently. It's all good. Let's do one more breath here. And then we'll bring that leg back, bend the knee, walk the left foot out, bring both hands inside the left foot. So this could be where you stay for your lizard, or you can come down here on your forearms. Continue to track that left knee in towards the left shoulder and work towards lengthening that right leg. So it might start out bent a lot, which is okay. And then over time, you want to lengthen it back. You'll feel more stretch in the hip flexor. We'll come back up if we went down. And then we can walk this left foot out. We can even angle it. We're taking our left hand and just pushing the left knee away as we roll this left shoulder back. But my right foot is still grounded. So I want to feel the stretch from the hip and not because I'm rolling the foot. Let's do 2 more breaths in whatever variation you're in of crooked monkey. And come back, walk this left foot in, and we'll bring the left foot back, and we'll take some hip circles or maybe something else that might feel good to you here. You could circle out the hip. Take a couple more breaths, whatever it is you're doing. We'll come into a modified wild thing as we turn our right knee. Extend the left foot out, starting in a modified side plank. Picking up the left foot, picking up the left arm, bend your left knee, step it back behind you, and then take the left arm toward the top of your mat. Let's come back down. All fours, left knee is going to turn, right leg's going to extend. Right arm comes up, right leg comes up, bend the knee, step it back behind you, and find your little baby wild thing. Both hands come down, both knees come forward as we sit back on our bottom. All right, so if you have that towel or a strap, we're going to use it here. Taking a cow face. So cow face may not be the easiest pose for us all. You might want to just do a half cow face. So if that's the case, you're going to extend your left leg and then just bend the right knee. And here you are in your half cow face with the right leg on top. Or you can bend the left knee as well. And then you have the knees stacked, all right? If you're stacking the knees, you're going to flex the feet so they're pointing forward. And then we'll take our strap or our towel and we'll put it into our right hand as we throw it over our right shoulder. We'll reach back with the left hand for the towel or the strap and just kind of get our hands as close as we can toward each other. Lifting up the right elbow, rolling back the left shoulder, heart opens, chest lifts. Stay here unless you want to come down and fold. And if you're doing that, you're going to feel a lot in the outer right hip, right glute, piriformis area. Let's do 3 more breaths. And we'll inhale, come on up, release your towel or your strap. We'll take our left hand to the outside of our right knee, and we'll just twist, looking over toward the right shoulder. And we'll undo that. Undo the legs, take them side to side a little bit. If you're doing half cow face, that right leg is going to extend and then the left leg is going to come over it. If you're doing full, bend your right leg as well. And work towards stacking the knees over each other. Flex the feet if you have both knees bent. And then you'll take your towel or your strap in your left hand over your left shoulder so you have an external rotation of the left shoulder. Excuse me. And then you take your right hand back behind you. This is the external rotation. This is the internal rotation. Bring your hands closer together. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold if you're going to fold or just stay lifted with the chest up. One more full breath. And then inhale, lift, release your towel or your strap. We'll take our right hand to the outside of our left knee. Look over our left shoulder as we twist. Back to center as you inhale. We'll undo the legs, plant the feet, hands behind us. Push through the hands, lift up the hips. Little reverse table here. Lifting the hips up, dropping the head if you can. And then the hips come down. And we'll extend our legs. So we'll do a little neck release before we finish up. If you have a block, it's going to go in between the shoulder blades and the head. So this top edge of your block is going to be on the occipital ridge. And the way you can find your occipital ridge is you find your spine, where it ends and your skull starts, that is the occipital ridge. And that's where you want the edge of the block. If you don't have a block, take a towel, roll it up, and you're going to put it behind your head on that ridge, okay? So if you have a block, the block should not be on your neck. The edge of the block should be on that occipital ridge. If you have a towel and it's rolled up, then that is on that ridge. And again, your neck might be free. You can bend your knees here. I like to take my feet out wider and let the knees knock in. This gives my back a nice little break. And as you sink in here, you want to drop the weight of your head on that block. There should be no pain. If you're feeling any pain, please stop, but there should be no pain in this. Now I'm going to drop my left ear on the block or towards the block, and this way I'm massaging that whole occipital ridge as I move from center to left very slowly, maybe even with your breath. Let's do one more. Come back to center and then drop towards the right side and then back to center, slowly to the right and then to center. Let's do two more. Last one. And we'll slowly remove the block and allow the head to rest on the mat. Draw the knees in, rock side to side. We'll take a little shoulder twist here. Sending our hips to the right. We'll let our knees drop to the left. If you have that block still, you could put it between the knees, or you could put it under the knees. If you have a blanket or a pillow, anything works. And you want to see if you can get this right shoulder to the mat, so it's not lifting up here. And that might mean you're going to put something under it, or maybe you bend your right elbow and place the hand on the hip or the side body. You can extend the arm, you could reach it up, lots of things. Just notice how it feels and then see if you can breathe into the low back. This should be really good. It should feel nice. It should not be painful at all. We're finishing up, and so you want to start to get the body calmer, quieter. So we're working backwards through the physical movements to get to the subtle body so that it can start to affect the way we think and the way we act. Three more breaths here. See if you can soften the breath a little bit more, maybe soften the face. Loosen any gripping you're doing on the toes or fingers. And then slowly make your way back to center. Draw the knees in, pick up your shoulders, nose to knees. And then the shoulders relax. Hips move to the left as you drop your knees to the right. Bolster the legs or the shoulder as you wish. And then sink into this twist, breathing into the low back. Just noticing the sensations. So we're trying to withdraw from any stories that our mind wants to take us on, and just focus on how the sensations feel. Breathing into them and noticing if they change, becoming aware of where we're holding in the face or the fingers or toes. 2 more breaths here. Make your way back to center. If you'd like a supported shoulder stand, you can go there now. If you'd like to take legs up the wall and hang out there for a while, that always feels really good. Allowing the blood to draw down from the feet, calming the nervous system some more. And if you are ready for Shavasana, then go ahead and set up your favorite way to take Shavasana. Maybe you lay all the way onto your back or bolster your body in some way. Make yourself super comfortable so you can hang out here for a little bit, 5 to 10 minutes in Shavasana, allowing the body to sink in, getting very heavy. I want you to squeeze your toes on the right leg and lift the right leg up. squeeze and hold. Exhale, release that right leg down. Squeeze the toes on your left foot and then lift the left leg up off of the mat. Hold, hold, release the left leg with an exhale. Now on your next inhale, I want you to squeeze your glutes and your hips, your buttocks, and then lift them up off of the mat. Hold, hold, exhale, release your hips down. On your next inhale, I want you to squeeze both fists, make a ball out of both fists and really squeeze. Now lift the arms up off of the mat, squeezing the arms, holding them. I want you to squeeze your face really tight. Hold, hold, hold. Exhale, release the hands, release the arms, release the shoulders. Feel the body sinking in, getting heavier, heavier, heavier. There's nothing left to do. Now we just practice being still. Invariably, the nose starts to itch as we commit to stillness. See if you can sit with that itch and breathe into it. It very well might pass. Committing to that space of stillness, of complete surrender. Coming back to that hope in Christ that we have in the community of friends and believers who are tied through the blood of Christ, that sisterhood and brotherhood, not of our own flesh and blood, but that of our Savior's. Whether you are around your community or not, it still exists. The body of Christ is still there for you. And you are still there for it. It's always been my great honor, my friends, to guide you. I'm going to sign off. You stay as long as you'd like. Let your light so shine, my friends, that your Father in heaven is glorified. I bow to you.